today's video, we're going to go into the discussion of what I did in orientation. As I discussed in the last video, I kind of went ahead and told you guys that, different schools have different things that they do for orientation. So I'm going to get into exactly what we talked about and what we did in my orientation. I do have some notes written down here, so excuse me if I do look down a little bit and you guys catch me doing that. I'm just trying to make sure that I stay on track and that I took good enough notes for you guys. So let's go ahead and get into it. The first thing that we talked about was the Title IX law. And what the Title IX law is basically it's a law that helps students not get discriminated against. You have teachers who bully students, or they don't like certain students because of their race, or maybe because they just don't like that student because of the way they carry themselves. I don't know. You know how people are. They just not your cup of tea, and you can't be everybody's cup of tea. And so you have a teacher who might want to bully you, or might want to call your name out in class a lot and pick on you, or things like that, just things that make you feel uncomfortable. Then you have sexual harassment, things like that. You have a lot of different things that happen within school communities, and your teachers are not always that great. So with that being said, you have a law that protects you from any type of discrimination when you're receiving any type of federal assistance or just going to school, period. That law protects any student, from going through anything that they shouldn't be going through with an instructor, if y'all get my drift. So yeah, the next thing that we discussed after that was our financial aid and how to pay for school, things like that. They kind of went over what to expect, how to fill out your FAFSA, telling us where to get any type of other scholarships. They were giving us websites like the U.S. Department of Education and other ways to pay. And also there's also a couple of hospitals around here that support students if they sign like a 2-year contract to work with them after they finish their education and obtain their LPN license, per se, I guess is what they're trying to say. Go ahead and work with them, contract throughout them, and they help assist you with school, things like that. You also have this program that we have down here. It's called WIA, and it's another program also called Career Pathways. That's programs here that's in, I guess, our state. It could be in different states as well. I don't know. I just know about the state that I stay in, and I am from Arkansas, for those who may want to know where I'm from. But those are also some programs that also help students get an education, especially if you're in a vocational type of training that's very demanding. And nursing is very demanding. They're low in the field of nursing right now. They're low on nurse educators. I mean, nursing is a very demanding field right now, and that's what they're gonna pay people to try to do because that's what they need. So, they try to encourage us to go ahead and apply with them. So that's another way. Also, they talk about how much school is and how much the books may cost. And for this school, I'm paying $10,000 for this program. And so far I'm paying for the summer part, for sure I'm paying out of pocket. So imagine me trying to take care of my daughter, pay rent, all the rest of the bills that you have. You have car note, insurance, cell phone bill, internet bill, all that. And then you have to come up with, let's say, however much this semester is, which for me it was like $3,000. So I'm paying about a whopping $900 a month for this first summer semester. So yeah, it can get a little pricey, as y'all can see. So you might want to try to get the assistance that you need when they give you that information. Try to fill out all the scholarships you can, which I am in the mix of filling in scholarships and everything right now for my fall semester. It is a tedious process, but honey, it can be done, and it will if you don't want to pay for this expensive program. I don't even know if that makes sense, but you get what I'm saying. This is expensive. You're gonna have to pay for it either way it goes. Either you're gonna take out a loan, you're gonna do your FAFSA, however you're gonna pay. You get my drift. So yeah, the next thing we talked about was our student handbook, and really what they did was they just kind of went over it. They drifted by. They were just like, hey, look, you're gonna go through the student handbook and you're gonna have to sign papers the first day of class. So they didn't really get into depth of that. However, they did kind of scroll through and show us some important rules and what to expect in school, what you're not supposed to do, what you are supposed to do, which You know, it's the normal rules of school, pretty much the basic things. So that was that. After that, we kind of got ready for our mass registration. What they did with mass registrations is they handed us all forms, and this was with the ones who got accepted and the alternates. We all had to do the same thing. You fill out this form, and basically they already had our classes on there. We just had to write our names and our date of birth and things like that on the form. And the teachers, well, I say the teachers, the instructors went ahead and they mass registered us for our classes, which it was done, I think it took like a couple of days because I looked into the system and I was registered for classes like within that next week. So yeah, that didn't really take long. Also, they talked about community service. So in this program, you have to complete community service in order to graduate, and you also must maintain a GPA of a 2.0. So you must maintain a GPA of a 2.0, and you must have 10 hours of community service, which they said 5 of the 10 can be of monetary donations. So with that being said, I mean, that's something simple that can be done. I mean, community service, you can volunteer, you can, I mean, pretty much do what you can to volunteer anywhere, a lot of places, but I would prefer to do mine like in a hospital setting, a clinic setting, or something like that, just to stay within the field that I'm going to. So I'm gonna really try my best to try to volunteer at the hospital maybe. I know they're always looking for volunteer work and things like that there. Every time I go, they usually have like a volunteer sign-up sheet and things like that. So I'm gonna try my hand at that and see what I can do, work a couple hours a week and get that done, knock it out, try to do it early so that I can get it out the way and get it done. I like to be ahead of the game. I don't like to be behind, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to work that out early. You know what I'm saying? The next thing we talked about though and did was our uniforms. Oh yeah, our uniforms. So the dress code for the program is you have to wear scrub bottoms and one of the college t-shirts or college nursing t-shirts or some type of nursing t-shirt or certain form. That's the class you wear. So you can wear your scrub bottoms, a t-shirt of some form that's of the school logo or the nursing logo or something like that with tennis shoes. And we can also wear scrub tops with our scrub bottoms as well, you know, some type of scrubs. But if we want to be comfy, they said we can wear t-shirts, but we must wear tennis shoes, things like that. Then during orientation, we did get fitted for our clinical uniforms. That took a long while too. That was like the longest part of the orientation, because let's see, we had orientation from 8 till 4. And let's see, clinical uniform try-ons took about 3 hours because they had to call us in groups, have everybody to try their outfits on, make sure everything fit correctly into their liking, make sure that everything was snug and fit where it needed to be, loose where it needed to be, make sure we had lab jackets to try on and things like that for when we got cold, because we must wear lab coats instead of like your regular jackets and things like that. So we had to get fit for all that. And it took a while, like I said, but once it was done, they let us go home. And that was pretty much it for orientation. Like, you know, I did get to meet a lot of different people, a lot of different ethnicities. We had a few guys who applied and had gotten accepted and things like that. So that was neat to see. And, you know, I mean, it was a long day and a long process, but you know, it really wasn't all that bad. Like I said, the longest part of the day was trying on clinical uniforms, and you know, that wasn't really that bad. We did get a break in between time. We did get, I think, an hour break where we got to eat lunch and things like that. And I really utilized that time to go to the financial aid office and to handle business and make sure that things were taken care of then. And so that's basically what we did in orientation. You know, I don't know what other schools do. It's probably the same. It may be different. I really don't know how that all works. Like I said, this is my first go around with this. So, yeah. Oh, okay, so they were telling us about testing and what our grades would be like for the class. Basically, 85% is a B. 76 is considered passing. Anything below a 76 is considered failing. So that's what they were telling us. And like I said earlier in the video, they were talking about keeping and maintaining a GPA of a 2.0. So yeah, yeah. I mean, it's doable, but 85%, like in school, I mean, like even in college, like isn't like an 85, like I know that's a B, but 85 is usually high up on the scale B. They're like, shoot, if you're making an 84, girl, that's not a B, that's like a C. And yeah, so the grade scale is kind of different, but it's something that, you know, I'm gonna have to get used to. I think it can be done. Like I said, I'm here to grind anyway, so I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But anywho, I'm just gonna go ahead and end this vlog right here in this video. And I guess I'll just catch you with the next one. I just wanted to go ahead and get this video out to you guys. So yeah, if you're new here, go ahead and like this video and make sure you go ahead and subscribe as well so that you can catch the next one. Also, if you are here from the last video, I'd like to thank you so much for tuning back in with me. It means so much that you're back. It means so much that you have subscribed. You know, like I said, I just need the motivation. I need you guys to come on this journey with me so I won't do it alone. So yeah, go ahead and subscribe, you guys, and I'll catch you on the next one, okay?